Okay. Well, thank you everybody for attending again. People might creep in late because of the error with the link. Hopefully I have that straightened out. I do want to do 2 more global healings over the next 4 weeks with different topics. The next one I'm leaning towards, I think that there's a connection between the parental erasure, which is really the overall topic of what we're healing in these, is that somewhere in there, there's a pattern in the ancestral line of people being erased from the line. And then it's mirroring in the family court dynamics. But with that erasure, it seems like everybody's finances are really getting hit. So I was feeling pulled to work specifically on the finances, but we could maybe do the erasure. I don't know, I'm going to think about it, but we're going to do 2 more. And we already have more support coming in from, last session, so that's really good. So I'll just record that the disclaimer is here because I don't know which email it was supposed to have you guys like acknowledge it. When you registered, was there an email for the disclaimer that you guys had to click the contract in order to attend? Okay. Well, hypothetically, there was a contract. And so, and it's just the basics, right? Everybody attending is on their own free will, that you're comfortable with being recorded, that I'll use it for educational purposes, that emotions may come up, because this is not a therapeutic group, and this is, I'm facilitating a family constellation. There is not the same HIPAA requirement of silence, right? So of not sharing people's information. If it was group therapy, and everybody's sharing about their personal stuff, yes. And we probably still, as people are sharing, if anyone shares anything really private that you're like, oh, they probably don't want me to tell you, but well, it's going to go on YouTube. So the whole thing. So I don't know. So none of that applies, right? So be careful about what you guys say because you're on recording. If for any time, you have a question, you feel uncomfortable, just please let me know. I was telling people last session when it's their first time, we're stepping into big global representation. So if you feel any energy or anything that you have a question about, you can always intend through imagery to just hold 20% of the energy, right? Just intend to not be 100% in the role, to only be 20% in the role or 60% in the role. And then, so because a lot of you guys, well, half of you guys are new, the other thing is for you to know that there's something called matching pictures. And that comes from different intuitive healings, but it's the same concept, not necessarily from this. But sometimes you're like, have a thought and you're not sure, is this me or is this the role? And it's okay to just say that there's confusion there because it could be a matching picture. And sometimes it could be your own bias, right? So if you just give us the information, then I can kind of see, is it relevant to the field? Is it shifting just something in you? Or is it something that's being shifted in the entire system? Right? Okay. Let's go into just another quick mini warm-up meditation just to clear out our energy field so that we can be more pure vessels and just kind of shake off the day. So, and anyone have any opinions on how they felt after the meditation? We didn't hear a check-in last week after that.
I felt really connected and nervous, anxious, but also a bit more relaxed.
Okay. All right, well, let's go. So it's easier to start with your feet on the floor. And then if you close your eyes or just have like a soft gaze. And all the way at the edge of the universe, where anti-gravity is actually pushing the universe out to be bigger and more expansive, is fresh energy. So you're going all the way out of the Milky Way, all the way out of multiple galaxies, all the way out with your intention to the edge of the universe. And you're just connecting there, and you can find a fresh, beautiful color that brings in new energy. And you're going to just imagine that coming down into the top of your head, whatever color you feel rejuvenates you. I'm going with like a sparkly light pink for myself today, with like flecks of gold. And I'm just bringing that in through the top of my head, into my body, where I'm feeling a racing heart. I'm just letting that energy go into that heart. And to come on down. So just go all the way top of your head, down the back of your neck, down your back, over the front of your face, into every single cell of your body. And if you feel any tightness or pressure anywhere in your body, you're going to go ahead and just bring that healing energy. So everything it touches, it heals all the way down into your chest, and then into your solar plexus, through your lungs, through your intestines, your stomach, your liver, your gallbladder, your spleen. Down through all of the organs, the bladder, the kidneys, through your hips, down your thighs, into your knees, down your calves and your shins, and down to your feet. You're going to go ahead and just imagine underneath your bottom, the width of your hips, you're going to have just a big grounding cord all the way to the center of the earth. And I always just picture a big rose quartz there that you're connecting to. So Gaia's gentle, loving energy comes back up into your space. You're going to just let that energy go up. And through that grounding cord under your bottom, all of the day's energy can go on down and drain down there. And actually, any and all stress from court, from family conflict, any self parts that you see inside that feel burnt out, beaten up, frustrated with not being seen, all of that, just let all of that energy that's coming in through the top of your head wash over all of those self parts, and just all the old energy, just let it go right on down into Mother Earth to recycle. And just see that those self parts get more refreshed. And then go ahead and just see if there's any tasks or any people that you're still connected with from the day. And just that fresh cosmic energy that's coming down through the top of your head, just let that fresh energy just dissolve any of those lingering connections. So you see if you see any cording, just let it all disconnect and dissolve so that you're just in your own energy. And then over the top of your head, about 2 feet above your head, go ahead and just imagine a golden energy ball. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to write your name in that energy ball. And just imagine turning a switch on. And when you switch it on, it is going to attract all of your own energy to it. from different tasks that you haven't completed, from even different times in space where there was maybe any kind of trauma and you left part of your energy over there. Just see it kind of turning on a magnetic pull to just pull all of your energy from all around time and space back to that golden ball above your head. And then go ahead and you can either imagine the golden ball going down into your body and bringing your own energy back to you, or just pouring your own energy down into you. And then from there, just bring your attention back to your body. Take some deep breaths, see how you feel in your body. And then when you're ready, you can just open your eyes. Okay. So then Jonathan and Brandon, just so you guys know, if you want to be in, we do need people to see each other. So how this normally works is it's traditionally done live in a room. And so I'm using the stones as representatives where people would normally just move themselves. So people need to be able to see you guys and see if they feel different if and when you get assigned a role. So I hope, Jonathan, you were doing your hair while we were doing the intro.
Now you tell me. No, I wasn't. I was not. I was freaking watching and listening.
Well, I said we had to put the video on.
Thanks for telling me. Give me a minute. I need a couple minutes.
Okay, we'll put somebody else in the role first. Okay. So, we're going to start with just the victims, the parental victims, because we know that there's children victims too who are also being betrayed, but I don't want to put the children in the energy of that. So we need to start with the institution, and it's specifically the aspect of the betrayal where maybe laws aren't being followed or things are being overseen that's harming people. Does anyone feel called to either be the victim or the institution?
I feel the victim.
Okay, and I was feeling maybe giving you the victim role this time too. Okay. I think we're going to use this as the victim. And I think we might actually, we don't need a stone. I think I want to use a building. As the institution that represents kind of the betrayal. Does anybody say want to stand in the energy of this?
I can.
Great. Okay. So you guys just go ahead and just imagine that you are the parental victims, and just imagine that you are in the energy of being in that institution.
I feel like the victims get pulled in without knowing it. So get pulled closer without, lack of better words, consent.
Okay, so you feel kind of like you have a pulling energy?
Yeah, like a
And so do you feel like you should be
magnetism. Yep.
Okay. Is that close enough, or do you want to be closer?
I think that's just right.
Okay. It looks quite confrontational and quite intimidating, that movement, to me. Yeah. And Danae is the parental victims. What do you notice?
Just the closer I get, the faster my heart beats. So a lot of anxiety, anger, and sadness.
Yeah. So go ahead and just see how that feels. And how do you feel with that space? Does that feel like you're in the right placement? Or are you wanting to move now that it came closer?
I want to move, but I don't think it's the time. I feel like I'm in the right space for the moment.
Okay. So wanting to move, but also kind of feeling stuck.
Correct.
I don't want to say too, Lauren, I feel dismissive
Yeah.
as the instant to, that whether the victims want to be closer or not, I'm just going to do whatever I want. It doesn't matter how they feel.
Okay. Anything come up for you, Danae, when he says that?
Just an increase in anger and frustration. Again, I wish I could just walk away, but I need to stay where I am for right now.
Okay. I want to bring in the financial aspect, and because sometimes, there's some rumors about different financial things happening behind the scenes that everybody doesn't know about, and that kind of goes into the private law. So I think I'm going to have those things be overlapped by one person. So private law and financial aspect. Amber or Otto, do either one of you want to step in and be that hidden?
I'm not sure I understand the private law aspect. Are we talking like private judges and stuff like that? Or what do we mean by private law?
No, well, I don't necessarily want to explain it too much if you haven't heard of it, because that's great, because you can just stand in the energy without bias and see if there's anything there, so kind of the less might be the better, but I also want you to have a kind of a clear idea. Just some people are saying that they're accessing, so there's Title IV funding, for instance, we know with the CPS aspect of it, so that would be one financial aspect, but some people say there's like a hidden financial aspect, that the courts are getting more money than we know from
Oh,
as well,
okay.
right?
I see.
So there's a
I
financial
see.
aspect of them to kind of carry that dismissive energy, because the longer you're stuck here and raging, they don't care, because maybe they're making money too. That makes sense? Do you want to see what it feels like to go into that role?
Sure. Because I never really tapped into that kind of energy before.
Okay. So we'll just call it the hidden financial aspect for now, just to simplify it. And it feels like it would go right next to you. Do you agree? Institution.
I think it goes behind because you can't see it.
Behind because you can't see it. Okay. So I'm gonna have you peeking. I'm gonna have you peeking out so you kind of know where you guys are, so you can see it for the angle. Okay.
Sounds good.
So Amber, all of the people and the system inside this culture, this morphic field of this institution, does it feel like there's some kind of a money aspect happening behind the scenes when you just pretend that you're this stone and just embody?
Yes, there's like this pseudo like glory feeling. Like a pretend, like a false
Shallow, maybe?
reality of power.
Okay, so there's a shallow financial haha.
Yes.
Okay. And so when you, from this financial aspect, look at the parental victims, and also you can either look at the stone or you can look at Danae. What do you notice when you look at them?
Disbelief.
Okay. And what do you mean by disbelief? How does it feel disbelief to look at her?
Some people know about it and some people don't. Some people believe in it, that I exist, and some people don't.
Do you have
Yeah.
concern that some people are starting to believe in it and see it?
No, there's no feelings of empathy or anything.
Okay. And when you look at the institution, or you look at David representing the institution, how do you feel when you look there?
I feel cold and stoned, like stone, like brick, like a brick wall.
Okay. And so, but you
Or more
notice
like
that
gold blocks.
there
I feel very
is,
materialistic. I don't feel like I have any feelings. And looking at the institution, I feel that I fit right in. Like I'm the gold blocks in the basement,
okay.
the gold, bars. Like I'm just sitting there shining.
Okay.
Like in a vault.
Yes.
Okay. And so if you said something like, haha, we're robbing these people blind, like would that, something along those lines, be a statement that resonates as true?
No, it's more like, let me think for a second. Because the feeling is kind of very different than I've ever felt before. So it's hard to express, but I feel like it's more like,
Like while she's thinking, my heart rate is increasing and it's adding fear and uncertainty.
Okay.
it feels like the secret of disbelief. So the only power I have is for those who, like, the power that I see and that I'm admitting brightly is only for those who can see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So the people in the institution that know, because maybe not even everybody in the institution.
Right. Like
Right.
I don't see the victim even knowing or seeing me or feeling me
Okay.
or attracted or any of the energy power like going to the victim at all.
Okay. So
It all goes into the institution.
yeah, so you're explaining it's exploitative, and so there's a level of greed there.
Yes.
And in that, see how without you having any idea and you just go into the energy, you learn all this stuff?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Lauren, I feel greedy because I want that rock to be bigger so I can have more.
Oh.
Okay.
And that's a weird feeling.
Okay. And Danae, anything happening for you as everybody's exploring, as that's being said?
Yeah, it's just so emotional because it brings up every type of emotion. There's not just one, and it changes constantly depending on what the next situation is. So fear, uncertainty, anxiety, sadness, like my eyes are tearing up a little bit when he says that. Just a lot of unknowns right now.
Okay. Does it feel like you need more support?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just see what I have. I don't know. I guess we'll just stick with the crystals. Okay. I'm going to use this, and this is going to be like heavenly support and allies standing behind you. So God, angels, saints of all religions, all good things to support you. And so just see how that feels. It's more
Definitely takes away some of the anxiety, some of the fear.
Yeah. And even some of your ancestors can be standing behind you and representing here too.
Mhm.
So if you just say, wow, this is bigger than I thought it was, or any kind of a statement like that coming, that sounds.
This is much bigger than I thought it was. I had no idea that it would go this far.
Okay.
And then from my feelings, it's kind of like a very inverted empathy, like dismissiveness. That, yeah, you might feel like you have support, but I don't really care. Why did I get the mean one?
I got the mean one. Some institutions can be good.
That's shadow work. We have to look at this stuff, right?
Right.
And what's big, so this is where people's denial comes in, is when we are just good people that have flaws. We tend to assume that everybody is good people and has flaws, and we don't realize that people can really be overcome by the flaws. Does that make sense? So really being in that energy of the mean one, it has you like just look at the world without as much naivete, right? Like, not just like people have different agendas. We don't know what everybody does Friday, Saturday night. They're not all out to dinner, right? With their partner. Okay. Jonathan, I'm not going to tell you what this is. Okay. But I want you to identify with this, if you would. And I'm going to put you even farther behind, kind of representing even another secret hidden layer. And just pretend, so you can like pretend that you're standing here. So here's the financial aspect, you know what I mean? Like, and just pretend that you're here.
Okay. And then what?
And then just notice if it feels any different in your body when you embody this. And notice what it's like when you look at the money part. And notice what it's like when you look at the institution, and notice what it's like when you look at the victims, and notice what it's like when you look at the victim support.
It really doesn't make any sense to me.
The healing doesn't make sense, or
No,
what?
like the position with these things and these things that they represent. And so, like, I'm on my phone, so it's a tiny screen, and I'm like, this thing that's behind all these things working together, it doesn't make much sense to me.
Okay, so you're still saying that you don't make sense as just a participant?
Well, yeah.
Can you
Okay.
move me?
Yeah,
What?
where do you want to move?
Okay, so why don't you put me right next to the institution?
Here?
That's me?
Yeah, this was the financial aspect.
Yeah, put me right in front of the corner of the door.
In front of
So
the,
like what you have to now you can kind of see me onto the side if you're walking in the door of the institution. And I am the corruption, right? The financial corruption?
the hidden financial aspect.
Hidden financial aspect. And I will say that when the heavenly support for the victim arrived earlier in this, I felt that nobody could find me.
Mm.
And then, because I was so well hidden, and then after the unknown showed up behind me, I felt like very few will be able to know or expose me because they rely on me. So I might as well put myself, sometimes like obvious is the best way to hide things.
Yeah, sure
So
is.
I felt like, oh, maybe I should just be this, like, I don't know, stone in the front yard when you go into the entrance, and maybe people won't, won't
Yeah.
expose me.
I mean, I think that's kind of what the Title IV funding is, right? Right in front of everybody's faces. And
Yeah.
Hidden in plain sight.
hidden in plain sight.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
The whole human trafficking ring
Yeah. So,
enabled by Hillary Clinton.
well, hang on. We don't want to go into stories because we want to stay in our intuition stuff. So are you having a hard time being this role? Because maybe it's actually.
I don't even know what to be a role. I don't even.
That's
I
what it
am
is.
me.
It's unknown role. You're doing perfect.
Huh?
Well, because I don't think he's actually in his body. Otto, do you want to try being this?
I mean, I kind of understand what's going on, but I'm having a hard time connecting, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you embody the role, you know what? It actually even might help to stand up and just be in it. So some people move, and when they move to a new spot, they're like, okay, when I'm here, now I'm in that role. So you might want to just get up and move and be like, when I'm this thing, I mean, I'll go into it and see what I feel like. I feel like kind of like I have tentacles, and like the machine is working as it works, and it's taking from people, and it's just going, and eventually it's coming to me, and that's exactly how I want it to be. So when I step into the role, how do you guys respond to what I said I experience?
I don't
As an
know.
institution, I think more influence and power. So I'm attracted to it.
Okay, makes you feel like you're even stronger.
And as the victim, I want to move closer to support. So for Otto, I'm embodying all victims of the family court system and what they're experiencing and what they're going through. So instead of being Danae, I am all of the victims.
Great. So you want
family
to come closer to your support.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm moving you. And so let me just stay standing here. And so it's like, for me, it's like the man behind the curtain kind of a thing, right? Like, this is why it's all set up this way.
Mhm.
Right? This is why it's all set up this way. Like, we have the power. And here's the thing, actually. We also have the power. Let me see if I can do wider angle so you guys can see me too. We also have the power over these people who don't even know we have the power over them because they think that we're with us, but we actually have them trapped too. It's actually the case. Right? It's like there are worker bees that go and do it, and I don't care about them, but I'm neutral to them. But actually, I don't care about the people either. It's just the way it is. Does that make sense? Like these are the people who are working for me. These are the people that I'm stealing from. I actually don't care about any of the people at all. This is just the way that it is.
That sucks.
Yeah, and so I have ultimate control over the whole thing. Institution, I'm a little bit curious as a facilitator what that's like for me to say that I don't even actually care about you guys in there.
And I see Otto like more closer to the victims and more drawn to a support or something that would be on that side versus the other side.
I don't know when you say Otto, I don't know what you imagine him being because he didn't take the role on. I took the role on. So do you think he's something else?
Yeah,
What do you think he is?
I think he's the children.
Okay. Do you feel like you've been pulled in by the all-knowing field? Are you feeling any different or any activation, Otto? Do you feel like you're embodying the energy of children or?
I guess I could say that I feel more like the more support. I feel like there's something wrapped around me that is telling me that I need to stand up for somebody or help somebody out.
Okay, so you're feeling some kind of an activation.
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel like, so then we're going to put you on the board. Where do you feel like you would like to go?
I kind of feel like I need to be like to the opposite side of where that black rock is.
Over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't
Where are
necessarily
you?
So I don't necessarily think you're the children then. So
Okay.
does that change it for you, Danae? Because I think you were maybe just projecting on to him from your spot. So I mean, we can put the children on too. So
Yep.
where would I mean, do we want the children kind of back here by support, kind of protected and
Yes.
behind the parents? Okay. And so Otto, you're feeling like you should do something.
I do feel like I'm needing to do something.
Okay. And when
But
you
before
look,
that, Lauren.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm going to say, I feel like there's more at play, so I have more energy to draw off of now.
you have more energy to draw off of.
Yeah, because I have more people to manipulate and more people to
Because the
take
children
advantage
came
of.
on board or because these people came on board?
Just because there's more people on board that enable more confusion, more just energy to draw from as the institution.
Okay, so to you, you're like, great, more people at the party. We'll just steal from you too. Okay.
Exactly.
Is there anything left behind the institution?
Yeah, this thing that I was standing in the energy for, and I'm going to go back out of facilitator and back into this role so that I can see what I see. But do you feel
Okay.
anything with it when you look at it?
Yeah, it was something that like felt like, is it like I knew it was there, but I needed confirmation it was there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you forgot about it when you were looking at this.
Well, just engaging with everybody and looking at their faces and stuff. And I was thinking, I guess I stepped out of my, hidden role. And I was like, I had a thought instead of just a cold feeling that
Okay.
there was something behind the institution, but I needed to see it to believe it. That's
Yeah,
what
well,
I-
and coming into the front might even be another distraction, right? Because now, sure, now you can see me, but that still protects this.
right, but it was like an energy confirmation, like when you walk into a room and you think that there's somebody there and then they're not there, but you know they're there.
Yeah.
I mean, with ghosts. I don't know with living people, but sure, with ghosts.
I think as the institution,
I started to think for the
Yeah.
first time in this role. Besides, I just started to think.
Okay, so maybe you're also representing the people that just go along with it, feel like they're being secretive and don't matter, and then they're like, wait a second, what's the bigger
But I
picture?
have yet I have the children nearby me, right?
Yeah, the children are here.
Oh wait, what's in front of me again?
This is
Or
the
what's-
victims. This is
Yeah.
something that feels like it needs to start taking action.
Oh,
Children and then divine support.
okay.
Okay.
Like
So-
a possible, like I could be possibly exposed. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. There's a possibility of exposure of me.
Okay. So now I
Make a
want
long story longer. Sorry.
yeah, I want to take a look at there's the institution. I just want to know if there's like the secret societies behind it too, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm going to put that would be another kind of hidden layer, and I'm going to just put it so that you guys can see it. And so then there's still this behind that. And I'm going to just come back into this role. So I need a second to just jump back into that energy.
I feel like I have to protect both of those.
You feel like you have to protect both of them? Okay, that's interesting.
Yep, as in not necessarily just protect as in like physically, but also that if whatever those are figured out, that I lose my leverage.
Yeah, so you're this big thing that's hiding them, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
And
I think I'm that power that's trying to expose David. I feel like I'm the power that's
Yeah.
trying to expose him.
Okay.
And I'm feeling like more anger and frustration, like starting to see that there's multiple layers. I don't know what they are yet, but that this is bigger than what I thought it was and more corrupt than I thought it was. And I don't know how I'm going to protect myself and first protect the kids.
Yeah. And so when you look at this that wants to expose it, Danae, how do you feel? Because you might be multiple roles too, Otto, just so you know. We're not sure exactly if you're people, if you're, divine, kind of Archangel Michael exposure. And, we don't know exactly what things you are yet, just that you have that wanting to expose. And so
I
Danae,
think that,
yeah.
yep, I feel more, even more supported and like, there's maybe something positive on the horizon, but it might not be the way I want it to look. So maybe it won't affect this situation, but it'll affect the greater good. But I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay. Otto, can you just imagine, being you and looking at me as the facilitator? So maybe me just, when I'm sitting in the chair, but not just me, but also the other people that are kind of have a hunch about what's going on. Right. So there's global healers like me that kind of know, there's patriots that know. What do you notice when you look at that role?
Yes, I'm a little confused.
Okay, so you feel confusion. So you're something
Yeah.
else. So it's not like there's a likeness there. You're something else. So it's not like we're the same. And when I look at you, I feel like you're something else too. Okay, well, so that's good. So if I then, as kind of representing the healers and the patriots, I say to you, I think we're on the same side. Does that change anything?
I mean, maybe a little bit. I feel a little more contentment in that sort of role.
Okay, knowing that there's another ally, like, so there's more allies than we acknowledge.
Right.
I feel he's connected to support somehow.
And I feel like I'm trying to entrench roots to stay as stable as I can through anything.
Entrench roots. Interesting.
I'm feeling that I am the foundation of all of this. That it all started with me. And that's why I'm so well hidden. and nobody can really ever completely abolish me.
Yeah. So I want to just share what I saw as the facilitator a while back in this healing. Money is really an energetic exchange, and I saw it very clearly in this. Okay, because they're literally pulling energy out of people, right? It's literally sucking the life force out of people and turning it into money.
Yeah.
Spiritually, they call it loosh, Loosh. And that's why people in this feel so sick, because it's, even if they don't know that they're tied to financial assets down, people know they're drained. People know they feel terrible.
Well, and Lauren, when you say that, it also kind of, the thoughts and feelings I have is, it's like you try to give as much as you can, and it takes away from doing stuff that you want to do too, right? So it takes away the ability to put that money towards something that would be a positive experience, or it'd be a helpful experience, or a good memory with your family, and you have to give it to this institution.
Yeah, but there's
It really
more.
doesn't
There's
give-
more. So careful. Don't go into this. Don't go into the story. But yeah, they're sucking that layer out too. But there's
No,
another.
right,
Why?
right.
Yeah.
So it's right. So I'm saying it goes into the institution, and the institution doesn't have any feelings, right? Like you're saying, it goes
Well,
from
yeah,
money
but
to
stay in, hang on.
emotion.
I know, but let's talk at the end because I want you to stay in the role of the institution.
Yeah, I
Right?
am. I'm saying that I have
Oh,
no
okay.
feeling like that money's all coming through the institution, but there's just more greed that I can't, as the institution, like, place, and it's the things behind me that know why they want that much more, why they're greedy. That's what I'm
Gotcha.
getting at.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there's a image that's coming to mind that's in the Ghostbusters. There was like a ghost above buildings where it just kept eating and it wasn't even aware of, you know what I mean? And that's like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And maybe I thought Otto was connected or was possibly the children, but is he somebody who is there to try to protect the children or help the children? Is that why I felt that you were
Don't need to know yet. We'll just let it emerge.
okay?
Amber, Danae, I would like you to say to the money, I want all my money. I want all of it. I want the money that I know you took from me, and I want the hidden money tied to me. I want all of my money back now.
I want all of my money back. I want all the money that you have taken from me. I want all of the money that you were planning to take from me. I want all of the financial aspect that's hidden back.
What do you notice, Amber?
You can have me. It doesn't matter where I go.
Really? Okay.
I'm just money. I'm still money, whether I'm in the potty or I'm over at a bank or I'm under this institution or I'm in your hands or I'm at a store. I'm just money.
So you're neutral.
I am.
You're neutral.
It's time to be neutral and trying to get out of here because I don't like being I don't like it anymore.
Oh,
Being all
really?
together. I want to be spread out.
Okay.
And I don't want to let you leave.
I don't have any legs. Someone's got to carry me. I kind of feel like one of those characters from oh my gosh, what was that? Back in the day in the 80s with the Schoolhouse Rocks cartoons. I feel like that kind of money. I went from being like this solid brick pyramid of bars and a vault to being like, now I'm cartoony and I can roll up in wads, or I can, I'm just more, I've changed from a solid to like a paper.
Yeah. So if you were to say to the people, part of me is rightfully yours.
Part of me is rightfully yours.
Does that change anything between you guys?
It reduces the anxiety. Still hesitant though. I feel like I need to move between the children and the support because I need to protect the children more because I'm just not sure about the truth of what money is saying.
Okay.
I want to believe it, but I don't believe it.
Okay. So can you just say turn around and say to the children, I'm here for you. I'm protecting you.
I'm here for you, for the children, and I am protecting you.
And thank you, Heavenly Father, and all heavenly allies for also protecting them when I'm not able to.
And thank you, Heavenly Father, and all heavenly allies for protecting them when I'm not able to.
And maybe even some of the foster parents that don't know, right? If some of these people are with foster parents and stuff, thank you for protecting them because this is much bigger than I thought it was right now. I thought you were the enemy, but it turns out there's something much bigger going on.
Yeah, so even the foster parents or any other guardians that are protecting the children right now, thank you for protecting them because I thought that you might have been a part of the problem, but I can see now that there's something bigger going on. So thank you.
And how does that feel to acknowledge that? Some of them, I mean, some of them kind of know and some of them know different things, right? But some of them, yeah.
Feels like I'm moving in the right direction, but that is still a mountain to climb.
Okay. And so you're also digesting the new information, it sounds like, and trying to kind of.
Yes.
Otto, any changes for you with this stuff?
I felt uplifting for Danae. I felt that she was finally trying to find her peace and is on her way to do so.
So I think you might be playing multiple roles, just so you know. So it might make it more confusing. Well, because you're things that want to take action, but I think you're more than one thing. So if you get different insights, they're probably all true. And when we're kind of playing with the big field like that, it's easy for that to happen. So we're moving a lot of energy is the good news. But, you know, for your first time, if you're like, I don't know if it's this, I don't know if it's that, it's probably both.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm seeing, because when I work with people privately, I just kind of play with the stones. So I'm seeing here that there's conversations like, what should we do? And it's so self-serving. It's so like, how do we protect us? Not what's good for everybody, but how do we keep the game going?
Mm-hmm. So I really am pushed away from the institution. So you remember like the experiment of the magnets and when you put the two same sides together and they like repel each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like I'm trying to get farther away from it.
Do you want to move back?
Yes.
I mean, I can have support in front of you. Do you want support in front of you?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay.
And I feel like, what can I do to flip the polarity and pull them in?
Okay. And so then you want to, yep. Okay. I'm going to just move the children back a little bit behind you. I know that they can't, nobody's representing them. So I'll just do it. Okay. I'm going to bring all the global healers on. Because the global healers can kind of see this. So I'm going to actually put them here. And so just also remembering for everybody, there's shamans in Peru doing ceremonies every night that are looking at everything around the world and are doing healings for people. You guys have no idea how many spiritual friends that I have that go do global healings all the time in all different traditions, right? There's Qigong masters, and then there's the heavenly allies that people are praying with. So people that don't even know are still connected. And okay.
I'm feeling like I want to go underneath the institution and erupt it a little bit on one side.
Okay, so what if, let's see if we can do that. If you're
Yeah.
under the institution. I mean, it's
I feel
gonna raise
unstable.
money. That sounds like fun. Like,
I feel destabilized.
okay. And so, what do you guys notice with all of the healers that come on that are shining the light on this and moving things around? And
I'm feeling movement.
okay, that was what made you want to move, was them coming, right?
Yep.
My heart rate is slower.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of things got bigger.
Bigger, like what?
Just like everybody in the front got bigger. The building to me got a little smaller, pushed back a little bit. We were coming and we're coming strong.
I feel uncertainty.
Okay, so that's a big
It
shift.
feels really good because I got the kids kind of a little bit behind me to the side of me. So it's like I've got them. They're also victims of all of this. They're the main victims of all of this, I think. And then I'm behind support. I'm behind the healers. And then we have this unknown that hasn't quite revealed itself yet. Feel a lot more protected than I was at the beginning.
Okay. And so you say we're bigger and we're coming on strong. And so, Otto, whatever you were that's here, are you like, oh, there's more reinforcement here than I thought there was?
Yes.
It's interesting what you would be that wouldn't kind of know that to me. I'm wondering. Like, are you, well, I don't know. Okay. But we'll
Maybe
leave
the
you.
children in the future.
I thought maybe, I don't
Future
know, people in
generation.
government roles that were kind of naive to the spiritual war that's been going on was one of the things I thought maybe he was.
Oh.
Right? That they, were like, oh, there's other people with power that don't look like they have power, because they're just these,
Yeah.
Does that resonate as partially true, Otto, or does that not resonate as true?
No, I'd say I'd resonate with that.
Okay. 100%, or is that part of what you are?
I'd say it's a majority of what I am.
Okay.
I feel like there's still something, but
Yeah. I think you might also be partly in the role of everybody's ancestry. And the ancestors are also trying to step up and help. Those were kind of the two things that I intuited. That also feels accurate.
yeah, that
So like the
that does.
ancestral wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ancestors that are like wanting it exposed also. So which are very different things. Okay, so it's nice to have the healers in here. Otto, does it feel natural to kind of move you a little bit so that people can kind of see this a little bit better?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
No, not you.
Oh,
David, as the institution, does it feel okay to move you at all?
So that I'm not unstable. Sure.
Well, I'm kind of wanting to move you like this so that people can kind of see past you a little bit more. Does that feel like that's a natural move for now?
It does get it because it feels like whatever that's behind me is supporting me.
Oh, okay. That starts to give me more anxiety. I don't know how that feels for all of you guys.
I feel like I got to be strong and stand up. I still feel stronger with the healers and with, the ancestors around me as support as well. But I'm still feeling like whatever is behind the institution, if there wasn't some hidden agenda, it wouldn't be hiding. So
Right?
like, what is that? Like, again, kind of concerned about what the unknown is.
Yeah.
But I feel like too, when you shift me like that, I am stronger than I was because I'm not by myself with those hidden.
Take the money and move me and give me to the victims. How does that feel?
Do you feel ready to go to the victims?
I do.
Okay. Well,
Victims and the children.
yeah, so let's move that. And so then the institution, you feel if she comes here and we give the money here,
I mean, that helps me feel like I have a chance because it's all about money. It's not about the kids. It's not about what is right. It's about the money. So I at least now have the financial chance to do what I need to do.
I feel like I lost power with that.
So earlier, I think I said something about being like, I felt like I was the basis of all of this was built. And
Mhm.
I think we could agree that power equals money or money equals power, right?
Mhm.
yeah, so
And
if
so-
they were robbing everybody, it leaves everybody powerless, and then it leaves these guys in power. And they're stealing the life force and they're stealing the resources, right? I mean, it's like a big kind of a thing. So
So now that I'm gone from the institution and I'm back in the hands of I'm in the hands now of the victims. And what else is near me? The children. And is there anything else near me?
just divine support.
Divine support. Maybe people can see the pseudo reality that we put on materialism. And if we reach more in the divine support like we do in our pockets, we can be more powerful.
Yeah.
Because the power is just in this.
I want to move you a
three-dimensional
little
world.
bit more. Do you feel ready to move more, David?
Yeah.
Just kind of to the side again. Is that okay? Does that feel like a congruent?
I think so. I still think facing towards everyone though.
Okay. This
'Cause
way or
the reason, yeah, right there. I think the reason behind that is when you turn me sideways, I feel minimized, that I like trying to maybe magically go away, and that can't happen. It's impossible. So keeping me that the doors can still be seen is important for some reason.
it's so funny that you think it's impossible. So because now it's kind of like goes into like governmental stuff, I think a little bit, right?
Right. Well, because to me it's the catalyst of exchange between the whatever's behind me supporting me and in front of is what I feel like the institution is in this situation. Does that make sense?
No, I'm kind of sorry. Because I'm kind of interested in these guys. And
Yeah.
it's
So
hard
what I'm
'cause-
saying is that I feel
Yeah.
like whatever's behind me is supporting me, even though I don't know what it is. That
but this is still holding you up. That's what you mean, these guys?
right. Yep. So no matter where I shift and move or turn and twist, whatever that is, as long as I can be seen as that institution, whatever's behind me has literally got my back.
Oh, like your mask has to stay on.
Right. And
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
I'm noticing things. So I'm kind of in like a bunch of different roles right now, right? I'm noticing these guys, it's like increased spiritual warfare. There's a concern about it being physical warfare. These guys at the same time feel a little bit like, it's just a momentary thing where they're getting the money, right? So, because this is the thing, you guys, like, even if you award lawsuits, then, It doesn't even matter. Go have the lawsuit. Sure, have the lawsuit because we're still here. So where I'm looking at the hidden money coming out, I think the hidden money is still here. I think it's like, yeah, give them $40 billion. No big deal. We'll just make more. You're agreeing with that, David?
Yeah, and I think maybe that's where I say it can never go away. That
Like,
there's
never
a
go
level.
away.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a level of permanence there because it's the institution.
Yeah. So Amber,
And
do you feel like maybe
That's kind of what I mean.
do you feel maybe you're actually in two pieces?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this. We're gonna give these people the money so they feel like they have resources, but there's still actually money here. Is that right?
Yeah, because as long as there's somebody somewhere willing to build upon my value or hold me as value, I will always remain. And I will have a fortress around me because it's a pseudo reality. Once again, we're in a pseudo reality where these gold bars and money, and we have to have this institution to protect it, to constantly feed it. All this money, it's
Yeah, and that's I'm gonna tell you
it's
guys
not
right
a long-term reality from many decades ago. It's just recent development in society, right? So
No, it's not recent. It's sold as sticks.
so
Well, the healer's biggest concern, or at least one of my biggest concerns, is World War II ended, but it just transformed, right? So people thought it was resolved, but it's the same behind the scenes, Wizard of Oz, guy behind the curtain. Sure, we'll end that. We'll go now into this.
yeah, it just transforms, right?
It just transforms. And so
I think it's the. I think
There's
it's the classic like let's say you throughout your life, right? You have a loan for something, right? For a thing that you need or you want.
That only
And
exists
that
with
money-
scarcity.
What?
That only
again, Josh?
exists while there's scarcity, and we're about to be beyond scarcity. Scarcity is about to be a thing of the past.
Hopefully, but let's not.
No,
I
not
don't-
hopefully. It's happening.
Well, I know, but I don't want to go into that because I want to stay in the deeper energetic healing. David, I think I want to ask you to drop the role of the institution because we know that
Hey.
it's actually just in a tug of war. Would you like
Okay.
to be this stone or this stone? I actually think maybe this one. So
And
this
that's
is the
the
one that
hidden-
I originally was.
Okay.
But
And
I
that's
want
the
you to
hidden.
go to this spot because this is a little bit, this is more behind the scenes. This is a little bit more interactive
Right.
with these things. And this is even a deeper secret level. So I want you to the intermediary one. So go ahead and
Okay.
just imagine, leaving that energy behind, coming on into this role instead.
Yeah. I can. Oddly enough, I can speak to that very well.
But yeah, so what do you notice when you're
'cause
here?
I've witnessed it in a different way. Everybody that's empowered and control has leverage against the other people. Always.
So you feel like you have leverage over these guys.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I feel like there's leverage there. There's leverage forward of the institution, and there's leverage behind as well.
So is it because the institution's just a building? The building itself is not what the problem is. It's the people in the building.
Yeah.
So the judges, the attorneys, the people who are perpetuating
Yep.
this and continuing it, and the
There you go.
corruption. The corruption is the people. It's not the building.
Right. Well, he was holding the space for all of it. But there's some
Yeah.
people that are more innocent in the building than others, I think is a fair statement. So if we bring the people, so these are the people that kind of know, that kind of are the runners to these guys, who then are the runners to these guys. I'll move them over so they show more.
There's 2 chunks of money now.
Yeah,
And we
they're,
have-
they're paying them well, right? That's part of it. Some of them not better than others, but
And so the victims, I just have the victims moved recently.
It's been the last time I moved behind support.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying. So looking at the far distance, those last two black ones that you were drawn to in this intermediate time now where the institution has a little bit less money than it had, right? But it's still building wealth. We haven't defined what those back two are, right? Those still are coming out through the
I
healing.
mean, I kind of know.
Mine is kind of the one of the hidden meanings and organizations behind the scenes.
Oh,
Right.
the secret society.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
the secret societies, and then this is even who the secret societies are working for.
Oh.
That's right. The secret societies even have handlers.
When you say tentacles, I
That's
think of a
true.
giant squid.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, when you were
I
talking
just
about
feel
tentacles,
defeated.
I was feeling magnetism, but go ahead.
You're feeling what?
I was feeling
Defeated.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. Danae and I want to talk at the same time. What were you going to say?
Go ahead.
I said
Go ahead,
magnetism.
Amber.
I didn't really feel the like you when you were talking about the tentacles. I was kind of feeling more like magnetism, like magnetic waves, attraction.
So Danae, why don't you just say, I didn't see the bigger picture. I can't believe I gave so much so much of myself to that yucky thing, right? That, I don't know what the word is. It's kind of a monster, but
Yeah, I didn't see the bigger picture, and I can't believe that I gave so much of my resources, so my financial resources, my time, my energy to this black hole that
Let's go with some.
would never be full. It's
yeah, I mean,
endless.
it's a Chinese finger trap, right? You're never getting out once you go in.
Right.
Don't compromise.
I should break it.
And so you were feeling magnetized to what, Amber?
I was feeling magnetized to when you were describing yourself as this unknown with tentacles.
Oh, you were feeling magnetized to them. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to actually advance the healers forward. And as the healers go forward, I'm spreading the light.
Nice.
And I think they can actually advance even closer. How does that, what do you notice when the healers are closer? They might want to be a little bit
I can
closer.
breathe better.
I'm getting nervous.
You're getting nervous.
I feel like I'm in a Zoom call and I stand up and I forgot I didn't have my pants on.
Nah.
Exposed. Unexpectedly exposed. There you go.
Yeah.
And
so
I need to move.
what?
I need to move behind Otto because I'm still trying to figure out like how is he gonna help? And then I need the kids to come with me to keep protecting them.
Okay.
I'm feeling
Take your
like
money with you.
I almost felt like I was moving with and behind the healers too.
But you're moving with and behind the healers. Okay. So I'm going to just keep advancing them. I'm seeing, by the way, as I move them forward, I am seeing arrests happening here. So as the healers move forward with the light, arrests are happening. So that might be you moving in and kind of arresting these guys. So what happens is when we see it spiritually and we address it on the spiritual realm, the physical realm follows. So
I feel like a lion that's being circled by hyenas now.
I'm feeling like more important and that I am my own form of human.
okay.
Like I'm more like my value is more important. It's like so important that I'm more important in people's minds than anything else on the board.
Okay, that it's still actually just fighting over money kind of a thing.
No, almost like the energy that people want me or that value me gives me a bigger entity.
Oh, I got you. So these people being magnetized to you, that they put you as more important to human life and children.
And the institution, yeah.
Yeah, totally. So, where you said that we're hyenas, if I came back and I said, we're healers, we can be anything we want to be. We can be hyenas, we can be dragons, we can be hippopotamuses, right? Like we can also be a lion.
I'm SOL.
But that's where
And I need,
yeah.
oh, I need to move closer to support and take the kids with me. I think the kids are just, because they're also victims, I think they're just with me. I need to stay closer to support.
This support
Because because you can have all the money and you can spend $5, you can spend $500,000. It doesn't mean that you're going to win.
correct. So I'm going to just keep advancing these guys here spiritually. So just David, notice what it feels like just as we move forward.
I feel waning control and power. Less and less.
Yeah, so for the healers, I'm going to just say you forgot that when we have heavenly power, it's unlimitable. It's everything. And so my lion will always be stronger than
Mhm.
And I'm feeling tired. Really tired.
you. Been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Otto, any changes for you? I know you've been quiet over there, but sometimes as the field keeps changing, stuff keeps cycling through, even if it's been quiet.
I'm feeling more wisdom, more, not necessarily power, but like unity.
Okay. You feeling more peace.
Yep.
I'm honestly feeling, and I've been feeling for a while, that the children and the future versions of these children are going to be in a very unique, powerful position from knowledge and subconscious learning that's going to be more valuable than money.
Ah,
Mhm.
I like that.
Subconscious learning because of like the healings that they're getting as this happens, or
Yeah,
what do
you
you
got
mean?
the healers
And
and
then,
you
like-
got the victims protecting, but
Mhm.
then you also have to understand that children learn so much, like subconsciously, right? They learn more
Mhm.
subconsciously than consciously. So as they get older, in the future of them, they're going to have this abounded bunch of knowledge that we didn't have as victims or the institution that was built on the money, but they see everything. They see everything, every movement. And
Yeah, because some of them, are seeing what's happening behind the scenes in the foster care and conversations, but some of them are being groomed to kind of work in the institutions too. And as the ancestors see the truth, right, the victims, it holds a more healing ancestral morphic field for the kids.
yeah, but almost like they're
Mhm.
going to be so powerful that they can break this when they get older, when they become adults.
Are we not going to break it before that?
You're gonna break it as
Oh no, I want to
children.
break it before that, but they're going to definitely it's not going to be existing by the time they get to be adults. So I would like to break it before that too. But they
I
might.
mean, time moves slowish to me, right? I mean, it might be the 12-year-olds become 18-year-olds, and then it's totally okay. But I am wanting to bring more people on. So maybe we'll do that, what you said, as these kids get bigger, maybe they come join with their own light. And there is a special lightness here for sure that they're carrying.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a passion for very intentional and purposeful right.
Yeah, deeply ingrained, but because
Yeah,
they were wrong.
like an innocent but like hyper focused goals in mind.
Yeah.
And when you do that, Lauren, I feel peace because now if they're adults, they're 18 or older. So, you know, we can choose then if we're going to have a relationship, they can choose if they're going to have a relationship. The institution really isn't a factor in that anymore. And now I get to see them maybe succeeding where we weren't able to, or maybe, like you said, this isn't even a thing for them anymore, where for us, we had to be a part of the fight, but we helped them get there. So maybe, again, it didn't change for us while our kids were minors, but now
Yeah,
it is
so-
changing for them.
So hang on, let's just do a healing statement instead of so many words. Just say, I feel better knowing that there was a purpose to the pain.
Mm.
Knowing there was a purpose to the pain.
I feel better knowing there was a purpose to the pain.
And I feel
Yeah.
better knowing there was a purpose to the pain as well.
Yeah. And say to the children, for all the victims tonight, just say to them, I'm proud of you. It was a hard childhood and I wished it could have been better, but now I see there was no other way.
I'm proud of you, and it was a really hard childhood. And I wish it could have been better, but now I do see that there was no other way
Because this had to be addressed.
because this had to be addressed.
And
And
whether
there was
it
no
was,
other way around it.
yeah, and whether it was God, you know, and your life purpose, right? We can see that there were bigger fates here than we knew.
Whether it was God or our life's purpose, we can see that there were bigger fates here than we knew.
And the gain is that this can continue for generations.
We're making it permanent this time.
We are
Yeah.
making it permanent this time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
And
know.
so that's kind of what the kids would say back to you, right? Like, yeah, mom and dad, it was hard and it sucked, but we're making the change permanent this time.
There's a sense of togetherness that maybe needed to be taught, because when we think of togetherness with our children, we think of them in our immediate sight or sound or hear,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
But whether we want to accept it or not, we are all in this together. And sometimes it takes going through a betrayal of an institution to realize that across the entire world, the only way we're all getting through this is knowing that there's another parent in the same boat with another child that's been through suffering, that we're going to pull through and help them pull through too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly what I want to start to close because I feel that we're starting to like lose the field, but I do just want to bring heavenly support into this really dark spot that's still in this corner. And I feel like that's kind of left to be revealed. And maybe this is the kid's job, because to me, it looks like these healers are actually kind of starting to get tired, because even with unlimited resources, right, there's still human. And so, you know, maybe that's, yeah. And maybe these guys even move more to the front.
So, Lauren, I'm feeling that that's the next generation of kids that know how to defeat whatever that is.
Yeah. And so the healers, I think, want to say to the children, like, we're very proud of you. And there's that like respect for each other's roles in this. Right.
Definitely.
And they actually seem stronger. And I don't know if it's like vitality from youth or if they are more advanced souls too. Right. That they were so, I don't know.
They're
Life
never going to
wisdom.
forget it.
Like mixed, but they just seem really pure, strong, bright.
What was that, Otto?
I said they're never going to forget it.
Yeah.
Like the motivation permanence almost.
Right.
Empowerment achieved.
Yeah.
And maybe seeing what really matters. So maybe the financial aspect of it, the greed, isn't their main goal or what they're seeking either. That they're seeing something different.
Or they
Yeah.
can see around that too. And they
Yeah,
can
I
point it
see.
out faster.
Yeah, I
They're
see that
identify it.
decentralization, a whole different future for the whole planet, as you guys say that.
Yes.
That's not based
That
upon
gives you their-
money. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
their wisdom allows them to expose the things that it took us so long to figure out as well.
Yeah. Well, why don't we pause here for this constellation? And so just you can just give all the energy that isn't yours back to the constellations. That just kind of goes back out into the world. If you want to just see your roles kind of going back out.
Don't want to see mine go back up.
And then
Yeah.
just go ahead and just say your name to yourself, 3 times, that you just feel like you're really in your own body. Okay. Now we can talk more about how you guys related and what you learned. And I'll start with just the ending while you guys kind of, switch gears into being yourselves. As a clinician, I play all kinds of spiritual games, and let's go see what kinds of things are happening behind the scenes. So there was this one client, and we wanted to, I forget why it became clinically relevant that day, but we wanted to look at something. And we connected with this soul that's in a different universe. And he said, if you saw how we live, you wouldn't be able to imagine it. It's so peaceful and it's so different, and everybody has everything that they want. Right? So what would it be like, right? What would it literally be like if everybody had their dream home in their dream environment, whether it's on an ocean or a river or with a meadow with horses behind or a combination of both? If everybody had their dream, everything that they could imagine, their dream health, their dream, the dream everything, to where we can't even imagine what the world looks like that. How would that even be?
Always be changing. And you want to hear something cool?
Yeah.
Malls will be completely different. You'll still have malls, right? Because you'll go there because you want to see what other people have come up with. And you'll go to the malls and there'll be people out there showing you, look what I made. Look at these cool things. It's interesting for this reason. And they'll be so happy that you took interest in whatever it was they came up with, that they just give it to you because there's so much abundance. It doesn't matter. They're not selling. What they get from it is your interest. Your interest in their creation is all the satisfaction they need.
Right, which is interesting because as human beings, part of the pain and suffering from these institutions is the not being seen. Like, what do you mean, like, my needs aren't important and my dreams for my life aren't important, that you can just railroad right over me?
Mhm.
Yep.
Right? So Otto, you're kind of a vicarious victim, right? Because you're close with Danae and with David, but not.
Right.
So what was it like for you watching everything that they've been through, participating tonight?
I at first didn't think I could like clear my mind enough to like focus and get in on this.
Mm-hmm.
I was more so just like thinking I was just going to take a seat in the back, just kind of seeing what was going on. And then all of a sudden something clicked and I was just like, okay, now I am feeling a connection. I'm feeling something. So I got to say what's going on in my head. So it was eye opening.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I've been in it and I've been in places where, my mind's scattered and I couldn't focus, but somehow the role still comes through even when I didn't even know what was going on. Just no, it still can come through. So, Danae and David, it seemed like it transformed you guys personally from having a bigger perspective of what's going on.
Yes, and I can't remember in our conversations now how much we've shared, but 6 years in, and with the connection of his ex-mother-in-law being a judge in our county, we've realized that we don't have a choice or a chance, and so we need to start fighting the bigger picture. So we're fighting for the future and for our kids. So when they're adults, they don't have to go through this. And our next court date is February 5th as of right now. And that looks like potentially and most likely not seeing his kids until they're adults. And so going through, thank you. It's been the hardest thing. There's not a way to describe it, but when we're going through this and we're again taking the emotion out of it in the moment and we're talking about what it's like just to be that word or that group as a whole, and then Lauren, when you give those phrases and you can envision them making it through this, like knowing that yes, the childhood does suck, we wish that we could change it.
Yeah.
We wish we could just take them out of this, but we can't. To be able to say and to be able to see that there's a future and that we'll be okay and they'll be okay. It's very powerful and emotional, but it helps us feel like we're all going to get through this and one day we'll be reunited.
Yeah, so I'm going to just educate you guys on something, and I'm not giving any kind of legal advice because I would not do that. But somebody was watching my videos and reached out who had studied Freemasonry extensively, and he said, "We know we can't tell you that you can't see your kids. We know that." He said, I got arrested because I'm the father. I'm going to go to their school. He's like, and I got arrested. He's like, you won't be able to find it on the record, though. It's not there. Because so that was part of when I think I'm on supervised phone calls only. I don't even know because I didn't even read the paper because it was so ridiculous. That's why I drove out and delivered my ex-husband a piece of pizza. I don't know if you guys saw that. I drove from San Diego, delivered him a Costco pizza. He almost fell on the floor. Like, what is my ex-wife doing here? And I said, I'm here to see my daughter.
Yeah.
I have it on recording. And he's like, what? Yeah. And I wrote to the school, like, I don't know who you guys think you are telling me that I can't see my daughter and what you as an institution thinks you have more rights over the mother, but you don't. And I don't care what piece of paper makes you think you do, but you don't.
Yeah.
It's an unalienable, God-given constitutional right. Right. And I played it carefully because the sheriffs there and stuff already know that they're kind of set up for lawsuits with me because of all the times that they already overstepped and the documentation, right? So I used that, and the documentation is my protection to go move forward. Yeah. And I have so much evidence, and I'll show you guys that more, but they know. They also know that they can't take away your home.
I think that we're at the point though where we're at risk of losing everything. We don't have any resources left. And we have my 2 children
Yeah.
that live in our home that we need to also protect and look out for. And every time we have done or taken a step to
Try.
try,
That's the system at its best. That's what it does. It's
It's-
never a system. So the formula for legal fees is not $5,000, $10,000, $1 million, $10 million. The formula is all that you have and all that you can borrow. That's what
Yep.
it equals.
Yes.
That's what it is every single time. There's only one way to stop that, and that is to start out strong, know your rights very well, know the process very well, and stand on it and be ready to file the appropriate level of appeals from the beginning. If the shit gets far gone, it gets fucked pretty decently, which makes it very difficult, but it's not unrecoverable, it's not foobarred, but you have to go in knowing what it's like and how to rectify the situation.
And to heal the world spiritually so that these things do not continue.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
why you have to change the rules.
You don't
Yeah.
have to change anything.
Yeah.
You just have to change the way you think about it.
Well,
I'm telling you though, with the Freemason thing, and I know this because my family goes back in Freemason land, and my mother held the highest honor in the county twice. And I'm
as
telling
like
you,
an
wear
Eastern Star or
purple.
what?
Wear purple to court. Wear a purple shirt, purple tie, and they'll think you're Freemason.
Really? Okay. That's interesting.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to just give any kind of, because I'll stop it because I want to have some private off the record conversation with you guys too. But is there anything else you guys want to say on the recording? That this
Oh, I
recording
didn't say that about the purple.
that we don't get censored. Not
If you
YouTube.
want to be set up for success, go to i4fj.org and use the tools to plan and strategically execute your case.
Yeah, why don't you tell everybody the Institute for Family Justice, what you're building?
Oh, I built a platform that manages all of your documents, understands the rules of procedure, appellate, professional code of conduct, and all of these different things. You put all of your information into it, and it helps you sort it and adjudicate it. And so if you have something you need to file, it helps you make sure that it get filed according to the rules of procedure, and it gives you a playbook for your day of court. So you might have like an opening statement and a closing statement. You might have to have a witness. You might have to have witness questions, right? You might have evidence. You might need to substantiate the evidence. Well, it gives you everything that you're supposed to say. All those little boxes you have to check, all those little magic words you have to say. It puts them all together for you in a little playbook, right? And it just prepares you to be successful in court. Whether you're doing it yourself or if you have an attorney, you can have the playbook and then you just be checking off what they do. And if they miss something, you can like poke them, stab them with your pencil real quick and be like, look, you forgot this checkbox.
And I'm
Yes.
sorry, what was that site?
What?
What was the site, or where do you go?
Oh, Institute for Family Justice, I4fj.org. There's a little thing that says Rosie at the top. Just click on Rosie and just register for an account.
Okay.
And
Thank
so
you.
because it's ready now and you're offering it for free, right? Because you're donation based right now, or you're
Yeah, it's
asking for
free.
don-
It's free. It's free. It's free. And this is a nonprofit. We're a registered 501c3. All the donations are tax deductible. You know, just depends on how much you give. Depends on how much you're allowed to give. Because you can give a certain percentage, maybe up to 50% of your income or whatever. You know, and so you can verify our tax ID at the IRS's website, 3321 99 732. And
So I'm
you know.
not- I'm not going to give legal advice, but they could maybe see if the court for their next case doesn't have jurisdiction because of conflict of interest, because somebody in the family in that county is a judge.
Well, then
Sure.
you would have you be able to set you up with the appropriate filings to make a stink out of it and file the appropriate appeals and do it the right way. Because a lot of people they can be. I have been in this scene for a very, very long time. I've helped a lot of people. The biggest mistake everybody makes, they can be as right as rain factually. The problem is that their implementation sucks. They don't know how to actually be heard in the court, how to get the courts to listen, because the court is like an obstacle course. You got to be able to go through all these boxes and dot all these I's and freaking cross all these T's, and you didn't
Yeah.
even know any of it. And so really what you need to do is make sure that you have what you want to say, put it in a way that they can understand it. And so this takes what you speak and turns it into what they speak.
Okay. Perfect.
And then the other thing that Jonathan is building that I personally think is brilliant is the People's Law.
Lawyers Association, People's Lawyers Association, because the bar, they're too comfortable being a monopoly. So I created a competition for the Bar Association. I got a model ordinance you can take to your local counties to try and get passed, that says that people that are accredited by the People's Lawyers Association are also able to practice law in this county and represent people. And, we're a pure testing based organization. You don't have to go to law school. You have to spend all these years in the parochial education because that stuff is so old. It's like we're still putting letters on horses and sending them to New York. That is so lame. People do micro learnings. They binge YouTube, right? They just study for what it is they want to do. And then all you have to do is just take a test. Take the test. There's several tests, right? There's the main ones are how to do legal research, how to write a motion, know the rules of trial court procedure, know appellate court procedure, right? Pass the test on ethics. So you know what, you would think ethics would be ingrained, but just to make sure, pass the test on ethics to make sure people know that these things are not ethical. Don't do this. And of course, this is ethical, right? Blah, 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 whatever. And that's enough to get in. And then it's going to grow to where there's all types of specialty certifications, such that you could get certified in lemon law or child court law or, international law or a special type of corporate law or patent law or whatever. And you get all these little micro certificates. So as you progress in your journey with the People's Lawyers Association, you can get whatever accreditations suit your interests. And then the people looking for representation can search through the database and see the people that have the certifications in the areas that they need to be litigated. So they know this person is actually an expert in that part and does good at it. Because let me tell you what, there's a lot of lawyers out there, but how many of them are really good family law lawyers? None of them. All of them. One of the first questions any attorney asks you is, what do you do for work? How much do you make? It's not about your children. It's how much money can they get out of you? It's absolutely ludicrous. If an attorney says, what do you do for work? How much do you make? I'm like, I'm sorry. Were we talking about my case? Or are you trying to figure out how much you're going to extort from me?
Right.
Yeah.
The funny thing, Jonathan, is I've actually been working on a chat GPT to become standalone to help people write their motions and to analyze stuff, build exhibits, build exhibit lists.
That's cool. ChatGPT, you have to get past the confirmation bias, which really sucks.
Yeah, the confirmation bias is starting to drive me bonkers. But so FJ, right?
Institute for Family Justice. No shame here. There's a great organization called the Institute for Justice, IJ.org. They litigate a whole bunch of 4th and 5th Amendment cases. They get wins from the Supreme Court all the time. I just copied them because they don't do family law. I am the Institute for Family Justice because I'm doing the same thing they're doing and actually more.
Is
But
that
I'm
backwards?
targeting
I was
family
just putting it
issues.
up so that people can try to see it on the screen. It's the number 4, the I4FJ.org. Now, so I'll just take a minute to tell everybody what I'm doing. So their race parent, the disharmony that's in your family system, you guys, that would be a private constellation could help. So for you and anyone that may watch this in the future, because even unbalanced power in the family system, that somebody has leverage that, can influence the outcome of the case in the family. That's really
That's not okay.
Well, I know. So Jonathan has the legal stuff set up that could help. And then the constellations, as you guys can see, is spiritually powerful and probably accelerating exposure and balance society and all of that. While you're talking, peek over here, and there is a soul reckoning happening with the really dark behind the scenes. Put God there.
Oh, there's only one absolute guarantee in life, and that is change. And systems that have been embedded for as long as we know of are guaranteed to change.
Yeah. And so
Are you guys all in California?
David and I are in North Dakota.
Yep.
Okay, so
And Otto's in Minnesota.
there has been some new laws that passed in Dakota and in North and South Dakota, and I don't know if you're aware of robertgarza.org.
Yeah, I went to his training.
Well, hang on. Before we go into all that, you guys, I want to
know
have
Robert
this
Garza.
off screen.
Okay.
So, just for other people that are watching, ascensionpsychology.com is my website. There is chain breaker that is meant to help break the generational ancestral patterns that created this in the first place. And there's also a healing for the current life trauma from the court cases for the children and the parents. And so I'm going to just stop the recording with that. Manage recording, stop recording.